Hello, everybody. Welcome back to East Coast Haunts. I'm MK.
I'm Sam.
I'm Zach.
There we go.
And new character unlocked, except he's actually kind of a recurring character at this point.
Supporting cast.
Supporting cast. But we are here to talk about our Super Bowl
Yes, literally.
2025 Halloween Horror Nights hype list.
Technically we had to wait until right now because the final announcement came out on Tuesday, I believe, of the final two houses. So now we've got all 10. We know what the lineup's going to be for Orlando, and the Hollywood one doesn't really matter. So
we don't care about them.
we're ready to rank and give our thoughts and what we think is going to be great, what we think is going to suck. And I think one of the most fun parts is going back after the event and seeing how on or off we were. Thank you, Zach, for yawning while I said that.
Listen, I'm always yawning. It wasn't like that.
It's okay.
It's true. He does yawn a lot, but I agree. I can't wait to go back, and because my hype list last year was so off, like from my final rankings. And I'm just so excited because I think I'm definitely more hype for the houses this year and the scare zones than I was last year. Do you agree or do you disagree?
I would say yes, definitely more excited this year. Lineup as a whole looks significantly stronger, in my opinion.
Interesting.
I agree with both of you, and I significantly agree with the scare zone part. I think the scare zones are going to be a million times stronger this year.
What a segue. Should we start with our rankings of the scare zones?
Yes, I would love to. I actually didn't make a ranking of the scare zones. I'm going to do it really quickly because I already know what mine are. So You start us off, and then I'll take over after you two.
Okay, my least hype scare... I'm lumping in, like, the scare zones and the street experiences. So, like, technically there's 6 different entities. Just as a recap, there is, the Masquerade, the Vampire Masquerade, Mel's Dyin', the Conservatory, Party Zone, the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane, and the Mutant Mobsters. I don't know if I have the exact names, but you get the general gist of them. Alright, so my least hyped zone is going to be the Party Zone because it just kind of feels like a photo grab, and I guess, like, I mean, I think at this point, I'm going on my 4th Halloween Horror Nights. Sam and Ray, you're both going on your 3rd. I would consider
you just called your boyfriend by my husband's name. What? Sorry, I'm also sick, so whatever.
I didn't think Ray has been here.
I was like, yeah, Ray actually has never been.
So weird. So
that was so funny.
His first time.
Sorry, and also
my bad.
I also apologize for my voice because I am a little bit sick, so I'm sorry that it sounds like kind of gross. But anyway, it goes.
I wouldn't have even noticed.
Yes, you would. Thank you, though.
I actually wouldn't have. Okay, so Sam and Zach, you have each been 3 times. I have been 4 times, and I would consider us all, like, pretty well versed in the Halloween Horror Nights universe at this point, but we're definitely not gonna be, like, the most well versed there ever, probably.
Which is a good thing.
I think that's probably a good thing. But, like, there's gonna be characters, like, in this Party Zone, I'm assuming that, like, we're not gonna know who they are.
Okay.
But I'm always down for, like, you know, if they play Michael Jackson's Thriller, then I'll have a good time. I feel like this will be a good one to get a drink in a Blinky cup, vibe out for a little bit, take some pictures, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that zone. Zach?
You want my dead last, or do you want my opinion on that one?
I want your dead last.
So I only ranked the regular scare zones, but I can fit it in on the fly here, and last has to be the Origins, which is the Conservatory, just because both years there's literally been nothing in the, like, opening scene of the park.
Yeah, that's so fair.
They're always extremely underwhelming, so I'm assuming it'll be the same. So I invite them to prove me wrong, but they probably won't.
This last year was like the two like scarves draped over the
Yeah, last year was
the
that was like so lame.
scaffolding. It was so horrible.
It was like it would have been better if they left it like completely blank. Like
A
somehow that would
hundred
have been
percent.
scarier.
100%. All right, Sam, are you
So
ready to give your ranking?
yes, I am ready. I actually right as you were saying them, I like ranked them because I was like, okay, I know exactly where each of them is going to go for me. I'm gonna agree with Zach in my number 6 spot. It's gonna be that intro conservatory. Like Zach said, I invite them to prove us wrong. But again, like you nailed it. It was very underwhelming the last couple years. I don't want to see any chainsaws. I don't want to see
Well, too bad.
Oh, you will.
You will.
I know. I just feel like it's like always the same, and I would love it if they would do something different with it. And I think it could be like spooky and beautiful, but it is definitely the least exciting to me. But that's just because the rest of them are really cool sounding.
That's a good segue for me because that's my 5th ranked scare zone. And I literally in my notes I said I wish I could rank this higher, but it's the entrance zone. I am excited to see like the stone busts of all the IPs that they mentioned, and I've been
You want to see the stone rocks?
I want to see the stone Freddy.
Thank you very much for that
Period.
interjection. Dear God. I'm excited for the you've totally thrown me off my game now. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for probably not the chainsaws, but the stained glasses and stuff. I feel like that's gonna be really cool. I've been following like the construction updates on Twitter or X, and
No Twitter.
and they look pretty cool. So I am actually excited for that. Zach, what's your number 5?
Yeah, we just flipped them to party zone
Okay.
because again, it's probably just a photo op, which is cool, but I'll probably be the one taking them, so I downgrade the experience.
That's
Real,
so
real.
that's so
Self-aware.
Yeah, self-aware.
So yeah, probably pretty low if it's a photo zone.
yeah, you, Jeff, and Ray will just be taking pictures, probably.
It's true.
It's also my number 5. Like Mary Kate was saying, I think that's really cool. Like, I actually don't know if I knew that it was going to be a bunch of like old characters from past years. I think that's going to be kind of fun. And yeah, that'll be great for people watching. I think it'll be fun to
Oh my God, yes.
sit on the bench with our Blinky cup and watch it go down.
That's gonna be. We have a game that we play every year that's find the person that's the most inappropriately dressed.
Yes.
For Halloween Horror Nights, and we're talking like the platform, like studded boots, like full leather onesie, like
And it's impressive, but we're just
the
like
dedication is insane.
But it's just like we're like, how is that physically possible to not get like a mean camel toe in line? You know,
Chafing.
Yeah,
My feet would be done by the time I walked back to the parade warehouses or like the tents back there. It's just not happening.
You have to like train for that. Like you have to wear leather several
100%.
times in 100-degree heat to get ready for that.
And you have to be from like the Orlando area or hotter.
I think Zach said he was going to wear something similar to that this year. No,
Yeah, he was planning on wearing like a dominatrix outfit, but I told him it might be too much. He might get too hot. What do you think? You could probably still bring your whip though.
Well, he's been I was gonna say he's been practicing. He's been wearing it around your apartment. I know. So
yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
Why did I come on this show?
To bully.
To get bullied.
I'm the camera guy and bully guy. I don't know if bully guy's phrasing.
Bully guy. All right. Anyway, my number 4 scare zone is actually, I guess, technically not a scare zone. It's the Mel Die-In. I've been waiting for them to do something with Mel's Drive-In. I thought it was probably going to be a house at some point or another, but you never know. Next year's an anniversary year. If the scare zone does good this year, then I'm sure, or street experience, I'm sure that they will have like a Mel's Drive-In house, like a 50s car hop kind of vibe. I'm excited to see like how the roller skates play in, but I kind of feel like they might be a little bit of a liability. So We'll see.
Yeah, I had the exact same thing. I'm super curious as to what exactly this will be because we know it's what is this it's not considered a scare zone, it's what a party zone?
Yeah, it's considered like a street experience, I
Oh,
think
like a
is what
street
they called
experience.
it.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll verify that, but keep going.
I think I've actually never eaten at Mel's Drive-In. I know that they say like the food is mid there, but every time we're there
Real.
for Halloween Horror Nights, I'm always very tempted to go in just because I want to like see what the vibe is, even though I guess it hasn't changed in the past for Halloween Horror Nights. So I'm interested to see if like the actual inside is going to get changed, if it's just going to be the outside. Um, I don't know. I have no idea what to expect for it, which I guess is part of the reason that it's not in my top 3, but I'm still really excited for it.
I am excited for this. I feel like it's gonna be cool. What do you have as your
Yeah, I think you're underselling it a little bit. I feel like it's gonna be. I have it slightly higher, but 4 I have the Masquerade, vampires.
Ooh.
interesting?
Just because at the end of the day, it's really just a vampire one,
Yeah,
and that's
it's true. It's true.
But you didn't get to experience the magic that was Vamp 69.
Yeah.
no, I have not. But I don't know. It just seems the other one seemed a little more original. This one like seems like it's just vampire, and then they're like, oh, it's a masquerade to make it somewhat unique. But I don't know. I
Yeah,
found
it's
the
like
other
pop
ones a bit
out.
more. I found the other ones a bit more intriguing overall. So it feels like they had vampires and were thinking of whatever gimmick they could make to spice it up.
That's
So
fair.
let me jump in and say that's my 3
Okay.
because I feel like I know it's not your 3, Sam.
Yes, it's not my
Um,
3.
but we discussed this. We both agreed that it was kind of like giving like a little bit Phantom of the Opera. You know that we both love it. And I also love a period piece. Like I feel like if these vampires come out like full on like ball gowns, like period piece ball gowns, I'm I'm gonna be so into it. I think the like predicted location of this was Hollywood, and that's the only reason that like I want to say like falls so low, but like 3 is still very high. Hollywood has consistently disappointed me with their scare zones, though, I feel.
Remind me what Hollywood has had in the past few years.
Dark Zodiac, which
Oh
was cool.
yeah.
Like that was cool. And then last year it was Demon Queens, which I don't even think we walked through
I was
once.
gonna say I don't think I even
Yeah.
saw that.
But it was like weird set pieces. Yeah. So those are my thoughts on Masquerade of Death.
I will save my thoughts for Masquerade until later when it comes up for me.
What is your number 3?
Mine is Mutant Mobsters. I think it's a really funny concept. Very creative. Like Zach was saying, like what they lacked in creativity for like Masquerade, which is like I admittedly like kind of like low hanging fruit, I guess. I think Mobsters is hilarious. Um, I think it's gonna be a funny like a funny zone.
I
Um,
agree. Yeah.
and I can just picture them like with their cigars and like their fedora hats or whatever you call those hats. Um,
The like
and
pork pie hats.
yeah, pork pie. Exactly. Yeah, I'm like, what? I don't. It's the weirdest name. I hope they have like cars. I don't know if they will. They probably won't. I don't know. Um, but I really hope it's hilarious, and I think it will be.
I agree. Zach, what's your 3?
That's where I have Mel's dying, and we
Okay.
pretty much covered that. I think I'm actually excited for the roller skaters, but and to see what the show portion or like whatever it's like an experience is. I don't know. Hopefully it's good, but it could be a total dud. Could be very good.
But I have to say, like, just to interject these lists a little bit, like, these scare zones definitely feel more so like zones that you can sit down and enjoy, like Vamp 69 was.
Yeah,
Like, it just feels so much less phoned in than last year, in my
yeah.
humble opinion.
Because last year, like, I'm trying. Like, what? I don't even remember what was our favorite one last year. Oh, like probably
Torture Fair?
yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say Ren Fair. Yeah, Torture Fair was our favorite, but even that one, like, yeah, we did sit down and like watch it for a while, but it's like,
We really didn't though. Like
yeah,
I was not vibing with the scare zones last year. Maybe it's because we didn't have enough time to spend in them, but I kind of think it's just because
and
they
because
were a little bit
our second night, they just like closed all the scare zones, and we were just like walking around and
rained
empty.
out.
We were like, well,
Boring, right?
Okay. Um So I'll move on to my number 2 zone. It's mutant mobsters. As has been made many a point on this podcast, I am from Jersey, so mobsters hold,
And she's Italian.
and I'm Italian. They hold a very special place in
Forget
my
about
heart.
it.
It feels like home. Um, on that note, in my notes, I have better have some good accents. And like you said, I hope that they have the cars because that was one of my favorite things that they had in Vamp 69 was like the tour bus, like the fun vintage cars. I feel like it's a missed opportunity, especially because the background has a BuzzCon truck crashing into a mobster getaway car. So I feel like that would be a missed opportunity, but I'm excited to see the mutated. What do you call them? I almost call them flashers.
The flashers.
Flappers. The one like because it's like a 1920s zone, and like in the key art,
Oh, okay.
it has like whatever. I'm excited for this zone. I really am.
I think it's gonna be really. I think it's gonna be a fun one. Oh yeah. You can see the flapper even in the background here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Who wants to go next? Who wants to share their number 2?
I'll go ahead.
Go for it.
So my number 2 is I think both of your number 1s. So I'll say what my number 2 is, and then we'll all discuss it.
Okay.
So the cat lady of what, Crooked Lane or whatever?
Yeah. Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. That's my number 1, but I think Zach.
It's my number 2 as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Zach's is mutant monsters. I should have guessed that. I should have guessed.
Obviously.
By far.
I think cat lady. I'm like, literally, it could be so many different things. I'm like, is it gonna be like mutant cat children? Like, is it gonna be evil cats? Like,
I hope so.
Like you said, Mary Kay, I think you said the other day, like you were saying, like Cats the musical. Like, is it going to be like kind of like those costumes? I'm so curious what it's going to be. I think it's such an out there theme, and there's so much they can do with it. I'm sure there's going to be some like creepy old ladies, if I had to guess.
Hell yeah, I hope so.
I just think it's a super fun one.
I'm so excited for that zone. Zach, would you care to share your thoughts on mutant zombies before?
Yeah, I'll do that. But I think the mutant zombies and the cat lady are both 1 and 2 easily for me because they're just so randomly unique and again random. I feel like all the years there has not been anything close to this level of just ridiculous in terms of scare zones.
That's what makes it so good.
And
I feel like
I hope that they play into the cheesy factor, especially of the mutant gangster ones. And I hope it's just totally a fun time more so than trying to be scary. Because honestly, I feel like the houses are for the scares more so than the scare zones. I feel like the scare zones are for like creating a funny and enjoyable scenery more than anything.
Yeah.
And just watching people get scared and stuff. But I think the mutant mobster's easily number 1. It's so goofy. And then again, I have no clue what they're gonna do to the cat lady, but it seems like a very unique, fun concept. So I can't wait to see those.
Well, let me just hop on here and talk about the cat lady before Sam gets to her number 1.
Yeah,
the cat lady, for me, like just looking at the construction so far, and I had this ranked number 1 as soon as it was announced, just because I feel like, it just is like my kind of vibe. Like this sounds like something that I would have like fixated on as a kid. Like
yeah, like an urban legend or something.
Yeah, exactly. And like okay, hold on. So they have like storybook pages like posted in the trees so you can like read about the legend of the cat lady of Crooked Lane. Look, isn't that kind of cool?
Oh, that's cool.
And then they have like the stained glass windows of the cats and stuff, and then they just posted like the gate and it has a cat on it. I'm a dog person, but I also love cats, and I like it feels very traditional Halloween to me, which I love. And I'm gonna mention that again at another point in my hype list, but I love a traditional Halloween haunt,
And just to go off of that, Mare, I think it's so interesting. I hadn't looked at pictures yet, but looking at the pictures of how they're setting it up, it's very like I'm on Reddit and everyone's saying like, it's very like vintage Halloween, campy, maybe not campy, but like classic Halloween, like you just said. And now that I'm seeing pictures, I'm like, oh, it looks. I'm so excited to see how they do this.
Also, I just want to interject here and say, I know that you guys both had the entry zone ranked like very low. The
Yeah.
reason that I didn't do that is because I think they officially got permission to transform Minion Land like into part of the scare zone. So like whereas they couldn't put any props there last year, I guess the year before either, like there's prop pieces all down that production central or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder how they finally got permission
Like
for that.
that's
Oh
there's like stained
wow.
glass and
Because people
stuff
are
in
like,
there.
Oh
this
wow,
zone
so it's
freaking
already.
sucks.
They're like everyone's making fun of the
Real.
scare zone.
And like I just am looking at like some of the set pieces of like from Crooked Lane and they're all like decrepit toys and like stuff like that. I feel very confident in my number one pick. Also, I just feel like Central Park lends itself to a scare zone very well because it's like a very enclosed area.
And it looks. Is this the place that
There's
is
nowhere to
usually
go.
was like Jungle of Doom and stuff?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Good. 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 I like that.
So Sam, talk about your number one zone.
Okay. So I will say my number one zone is Masquerade. I like Mary Kate touched
Masquerade.
on. I love Phantom of the Opera. And like picturing like a mix of like VAM 69 and then also like we loved the Phantom of the Opera house from a couple years
So
ago.
good.
So I'm just like putting this together, like what could go wrong? And I think it could fall. There's definitely a chance it could fall flat and be like a little too easy and like an easy way out because, like Zach said, it's like, oh yeah, a vampire. Like we all know what's behind the mask. We all know that. We all know we're gonna be walking and then it's gonna like look like a normal person. They're gonna turn and be a vampire. But like something about that, like I love. I think it's so fun, and I hope it's ornate and like Victorian.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Like, so I'm super excited for that. I think between that and Cat Lady, they're pretty close, but Masquerade just took it a little bit for me because I'm hoping for a little Phantom of the Opera vibe.
Type vibe. Ugh. I'm like so unbelievably excited for this.
Yeah, there's really not one that I'm like not excited for.
Yeah, exactly. I like even like the party zone, I'm like, I feel like that's gonna be so fun to like get a drink, listen to some Halloween type of vibe music and like dance with some scare actors. That sounds so fun.
I know it does. The Tooth Fairy is gonna be there. I don't know why. I just feel it in my bones.
You're so right. You're so 100% right. I was gonna say let's rank the shows, but I feel like everyone here has the Lagoon show number one and Nightmare Fuel
Yes.
number two. I can't wait to watch the Lagoon show personally. It was really
Yeah.
cool when we went back in 30. They have like they had clips from like whatchamacallit, Texas Chainsaw and stuff like that. So I'm definitely very excited for that. I feel like they could probably like do some drone action in there too.
Oh, absolutely.
Heck yeah. All right, well, no one cares about that. Let's get on to the houses. Sam, you want to kick us off with your least hyped house?
I
Or
would
do you have
love-
anything to say overall?
Before we get started, I would say the top 3 of these are ones I'm sorry, the bottom 3, I guess I should say, are ones that like I'm just like I literally could not care less about. But from 7 up, or 7 down, I guess however you want to look at it, I think I'm really excited for all of them. And even the ones that I couldn't care less about, like I have a feeling that they'll be actually pretty good.
Okay. All right, let's hear it.
The only reason I don't care about them is because I don't know anything about them, about their intellectual properties. Okay, so number 10, I have the horrors of the Wyatt Six. I'm like, I just think WWE, like, obviously it has a fan base. It has a huge fan base. So, like, there's something about it that people love. It is just not for me. I find it a little bit cringy. And I'm just like the hyper, like masculine, like hyper, like they come up with like all these like plot lines and storylines, and I'm like, okay, this is like literally like a glorified musical, but without like any of the good parts.
Leave a comment. Is anyone surprised that Sam is not a fan of WWE?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I guess I shouldn't
These
come
surprising ranking of all.
And I'm just like, why? I'm just like, I don't even know who Wyatt is. Is it like when it says the Wyatt Six? Like
it's Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is the name of the. Okay, so I don't know anything about this. Like literally nothing. You probably know more than I do, but from my very basic research, Bray Wyatt was part of the WWE
Okay.
wrestlers. And he had like this alter ego
What, is he
question
dead?
mark.
Is he not alive anymore?
Oh yeah, no, he's dead.
Oh, now I
Um,
feel bad.
no, it's okay. This house is his legacy.
Sorry, Wyatt.
Um, um, but rest in peace. He had this like alter ego, like called like I want to say like the Firefly. Do you know anything about this? The Firefly family or something like that. And it's basically like a house in the Louisiana swamp, and then like other um WWE wrestlers like also had alter egos. It was like basically he was like a huge fan of horror, and he brought horror into WWE and like kind of married the two
And so
together.
he just like made up like crazy lore for his character.
Yeah, like hold on. Let me just make sure I'm getting this right.
Honestly,
There's a documentary that I'm gonna have to watch before we go. The Wyatt Six.
this person on Reddit goes, "The Wyatt family are like Bayou inbred family horror."
Yeah, exactly.
And then Fiend comes along, and it's an immortal evil manifested into man. All right.
Sure. Okay, sure. Um,
Which honestly, I've been to. There's a haunted house place in Pennsylvania called Field of Screams, which is really cool, and they have a whole area of their hayride. It's like basically like an inbred family that's like shooting at you and stuff. And it's kind of freaky. So if I can actually see where if you've seen American Horror Story Roanoke, there's like this like inbred family. Like I don't know if that's like offensive though. I
I
don't know.
mean,
I don't know.
I don't think it's offensive.
I don't think so. I
Literally what
mean,
they do.
yeah, that's the storyline, I fear.
um yeah, this is I mean, and a lot of people seem very excited about it. So I'm kind of interested.
I'm curious about that house, which is what I will say. Zach, would you care to share your number 10?
Yeah, it's definitely you're both gonna have this way higher, but it's Dolls.
Oh,
It's my number 10. And I get it. Like both you're gonna have that a lot higher, but Dollhouse, like
Ladies and gentlemen, this is toxic masculinity.
no, it's
God forbid the
Period.
girlies get a Halloween Horror
Get a
Nights
house
house.
it's just not for me. It's like I feel like it's a trope that's done often in Halloween Horror Nights where like, oh, killer dolls come to life. Like they used to Chucky, when you guys went like 2 years ago. I know that was a specific IP and it was all just Chucky dolls.
Don't bring that house up
But
in our presence.
I heard that was bad.
Yeah, it was not good.
And it's like, I don't know, in terms of like pure scare factor, because again, I do these, I kind of rank them in terms of like scary and fun mix.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be scary, and for me, like it's not the most fun.
God, I hope
Set-
Barbie kicks your ass.
I'm sure it'll be very good, but in terms of like expectations compared to like previous dolls and like houses of that sort, they've usually been toward the bottom of my rankings. So
That's fair, but
It's respectable.
you're not allowed to scream and you have to go first.
You're
Gladly.
allowed to scream.
Okay.
I love going first in them. It's very fun.
Okay, perfect.
You and Jeff can hold hands and walk through.
We can do that.
All right. This might be the first time ever that we have all different.
Wow, I can't believe
Yeah.
neither of you put
Number
freaking
10.
the wrestling house as your number 10. What the heck?
Oh, mine's coming soon. Don't worry.
Okay,
But
Mine a little higher.
my number 10 is Fallout because,
Oh.
and I have to say, while I may not be excited for my bottom two, like super excited, I am very intrigued by both of them. Fallout, I've never claimed to be a video game girl. I knew my background on The Last of Us. It was mainly from the show. And I know that it's ironic that I'm saying that now, but when we will revisit another video game much later. But I tried to get through the first 2 episodes of the show, and it just like was not doing it for me. I was losing interest. The best character was the dog.
Classic.
Like I'll finish it before the event for sure, but I'm kind of struggling through it right now. Like
You're
I have
not gonna.
no motivation to watch it. And there wasn't like a whole lot of information on like what scenes to expect. Like I know they were like, "Oh, the gulper will be there."
Oh hell
And
yeah!
like you'll be in the vaults. Like, okay, I just have no
Me when I get gulped in a Halloween Horror Nights house.
When I get gulped
not
in
in this Halloween Horror Nights house.
gulped
But
in
yeah, I have no interest in that personally, but I know a lot of people went crazy for it again, like you said with the WWE, and so for that reason I am intrigued. I'll just keep the ball in my court because WWE is my number 9. Um Never in my life have I watched a WWE match. I will, however, be watching the Bray Wyatt documentary. And I have to say, like, the pictures on Twitter and the pictures of, like, the Bray Wyatt 6, they look pretty sick. They look pretty scary. It's giving, like, a mix between, like,
Donnie
the
Darko.
yeah, and like the strangers and like maybe triplets of terror a little bit, how they all
Yeah.
have like their different personas. I have to say I'm there's like one like girl looking one, she might be like a doll or something. She looks pretty freaky. The pig looks just kind of cute. I kind of want to pet him. Um
You want to pet the pig?
yeah, he's kind of cute.
Pig is like 6 feet tall.
He's kind of cute though. Um, and I think that
Sorry, Liz.
if Sam were to be one, she would be
Oh, be careful.
Rambling Rabbit.
Ew, I do not want to be the rat. I don't know which one I want to be. Actually, is that the best one? I don't know. I
I
guess the
think
pig is the cutest out of all of them.
that's what I'm
Cause
saying.
like,
But I
dear God.
all right, someone else do their number 9.
I'll go because
Zach,
mine's
go
also
ahead.
Fallout.
Oh,
Hey, so is mine.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
All
Yeah,
right, go ahead, Zach. Tell
I
us what
just,
you think.
this is a video game I never got into, unfortunately. I haven't gotten into a bunch, but this is not one of them. And I feel like I tried to watch a TV show. I'm kind of both tried to watch it recently and did not.
Both
Like,
okay.
we'll probably end up going back and finishing it, but it has not hooked us at all, unfortunately. It seems like it could be a pretty cool house if like, but there's a lot going on. I don't know how they're gonna make a one cohesive story out of it.
Yeah, that's also true because there's like 3 different
There's a lot.
storylines
There's
going
really a
on.
lot going on to what I've seen so far, and again, it hasn't hooked me entirely. There's the one character that probably is pretty scary, but like
The ghoul,
overall, yeah, the ghoul. But
Walter Goggins.
overall,
Walter Goggins.
definitely my least favorite of the IPs, just because again, it's my least favorite property of the 5, and I think in terms of house, it'll probably be the least scary as well. So
Real. All right, Sam, Fallout thoughts?
What both of them said. I have nothing else to add because I haven't even tried to watch it. So, like, I don't really care. I think the nuclear fallout thing is kind of cool, but I just don't care.
Okay, fair enough. Anyone want to share their number 8?
I'll go because I think mine's a little probably
Oh.
another controversial one you probably have higher, but I'm going Artista, which I know is like
Are
crazy.
you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh.
What the?
Well, I knew my list was gonna be completely different, but
That's insane.
I honestly, from here on up, I actually am excited for all of them.
Including
So
Artista, or you're not excited for Artista?
no, I am excited for Artista.
Okay.
Like, there's a gap. There's a pretty considerable gap between 8 and 9 for me.
Okay.
I'm shocked.
But
I'm upset.
this is one like I feel like could literally end up being the best house, but also has a lot of potential to let you down. Like they can have so much creative liberties with this one,
Yeah.
and so I think it could be very good. But I'm like just thinking about like last year, what would be the most similar to this one? It would be like Museum in terms of like, how they, in terms of like the similarities where it's like
Low blow.
again, museums literally it's all exhibits, and this one's gonna be exhibits but art. I would think that comes to life. So.
This is not an art museum. You know that.
Yeah,
right?
it's an artist who's this like creepy
Just
paintings
so
come to life or whatever,
Yeah, but it's like their house or something. Anyway.
Again, I think it could be really good. It was the one they let off with, so it makes me think it'll probably should be higher on this list. But I don't know. In terms of again, I rank him pretty much by scary, and I don't know how scary it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be more story based, and I think there's a chance it's pretty disjointed compared to some of the others. but I think it has a wide range, so it could end up being much higher. But for me, it's just kind of on the lower tier overall.
Okay.
Okay, that's a fair assessment, I will say.
Sam, I have like a weird feeling that you and I have the same at 7. So
Yeah.
why don't you go
Both at
first?
8.
No, we're oh 8. Yeah, 8. Sorry, my bad.
So 8, I have Terrifier.
Me
Um,
too.
I haven't watched. Did you guys end up watching the Terrifier movie the other day?
No, we ended up watching the kill count instead.
Okay. So none of us have seen Terrifier
No,
1. I sorry. I'm actually more excited to go through this house than I was when they first announced it.
me too.
Because I've been hearing stuff from, honestly, primarily from MK, but also like from Reddit. Um, People seem to love Terrifier. I'm not super into like the super gory stuff, but like um if it can be like a truly scary house, I'm down for it. And it sounds, people are saying that it's going to be like so scary. So I'm kind of like, okay, I'm down to get scared. But I don't really know much about Art the Clown, and the
Real.
lore. So that's, I couldn't put it any higher because of that. And I'm a little bit scared that it's going to veer into Chucky territory,
Oh God,
which,
I
as
hope
we
not.
know, we just thought Chucky was like silly. We didn't like it. So if it veers into that, then it's going to be even lower for me.
Yeah, I have Terrifier at number 8 too.
Zach is shaking his head no, though.
Yeah,
It definitely won't be like Chucky, in my
Okay.
opinion.
I agree. I don't think it's gonna be like Chucky. I have completely different reasons, I think, for not being as excited for this house. Like you said, not a huge fan of gore. Ever since I was a kid, I've been like terrified of blood, which
Yes.
is like, whatever. Like I can handle like your typical amount of gore, like in a Halloween Horror Nights house. I've never been in a Horror Nights house that's like, I was like, ew, like this is like disgusting, like too much gore, too much blood. Like, but I am a little bit concerned for this house,
Yeah.
considering that there's a wet path. Um,
Is
a
that
wet,
confirmed?
huh?
Is that confirmed?
Yes. There's a dry path and a wet path. We're obviously gonna have to do the wet path, I
Yeah.
fear. But
Gotta get the
whatever.
money's worth.
I haven't seen the movies. We just finished the second kill count. And I do know like a decent amount about them because for whatever reason when Terrifier 3 came out, my TikTok page was like only Terrifier. I also like I guess you could call me like a little bit sensitive, but like I don't find like violence against like kids
It's
in
true.
particular like appealing, and I know that there's like a couple of scenes in Terrifier 3 that would like probably disturb me. Um and like I don't know, I just
Ray Ray?
don't find
Hi, babe.
Terrifier all that funny or like, weird. Um Zach, why don't you tell us about your
We believe Sam is disconnected, so I will ramble while they figure that out.
Why don't you she
Well,
left the studio, but that's okay.
so they were both on 8, so now we're going to 7. Um, this is one, I honestly could flip this one on Artista, but I'm going with Gulkin.
Oh, really? Okay.
And the reason for that is that, again, it kind of just feels like familiar territory overall. We're just going to kind of be like this feels like the Monstros of this year, right? But
Yeah.
and like reskinned almost. We're just gonna be a variety of monsters.
Like yeah, like regional horror.
Yeah, just regional
Yes.
horror monsters, and it's gonna be more about like the spectacle of each of the creatures more so than like actors trying to scare you. Like Monstros, one of my problems with it last year was a lot more like just big costume props almost than actual scares. And I have a feeling this one has a chance to be like that, but also has the potential to be really good if the monsters themselves are very cool.
I
I already know that they're definitely just gonna take back the giant guy from Ghostbusters. What was the name? The
uh
Definitely gonna be in this house.
what
I'm not gonna toss that costume.
what the hell was it? It also started with a
Frozen.
G. It also started with a
Yeah,
G.
that creature will be in this for sure.
Gornock or something.
But no, yeah, it feels like it's kind of just. It could be very good. If reading some of the things about it seems interesting. But it's really just another one of those regional monster skins where it'll be fine, but it won't be one of my favorites at least.
Garaka.
Garaka, yeah, Garaka's gonna be in here, but
For
he'll,
sure.
he'll be the Gawkin or whatever the hell it is.
Real.
So yeah, it's honestly more than thinking about it. Probably put Artista and Gawkin flipped, but they're pretty
Ooh.
interchangeable.
Wow.
You got all the originals down at the bottom.
No, I got 3 and 1.
All right,
We're done.
interesting. Sam, you want to share your 7?
Yes, my 7 is bounty hunters. I'm like, eh. Oh, hold on one second.
This is a good time to say that my 7 is also bounty hunters.
Yeah, I think that I like the idea of a Wild West house if that's what it's going to be. I mean, we don't even know for sure. I mean, I feel like there's context clues that it'll be like that, but because that's what it was in Slaughter Cinema, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it has the potential to be um like what was Zach saying, like are very artistic, like you know what I mean, like I
Yeah.
think like the set could be really cool, but the actual idea of like the bounty hunters with like these like lava demons, I'm just kind of like eh. I could take it or leave it, you know?
Yeah. I get it. I also have, like I said, I have that at 7 too. Obviously, we saw a snippet last year in Slaughter Cinema 2, and it was pretty cool. Um, I am excited for the Western theme because I do think it's like it kind of was confirmed. I hope we go through a saloon. I hope we get like the barbecue smell when the lava demon melts through the um person's face. Western wouldn't be my first choice of genre. Like, I think I would always go for like a coastal or like maybe like a southern theme more so. But
Okay,
for some reason, like this house is kind of giving me like Blood Moon Darkest Steel type vibes where like when you hear about it you're like, okay, that could either be House of the Year or it's gonna fall towards the bottom of my hype list or my
right.
final rankings. So I kind of think that the devil's in the detail for this one. Like, I think that the house creative team could either, like, this could come, it has like a very good chance of like flopping or coming out on top. I don't think it's going to end up in the middle, which is a
Ooh.
weird bet to make.
uh, I'll hop in because it's not my number 6, it's actually my number 5, Hatchet and Chain, so I figured just
Okay,
talk
so it's,
about it
it's like
now.
middle of the pack kind of for all of us.
Yeah, so it's not next, but it'd be second, after the next one we talk about. But I want to talk about it now because I guess I'm highest on it. But just that whole, like, okay, so kind of comparing it to your, like, Goblin's Feast last year, I think it's
Yeah.
very comparable. Like, that, you guys really love the aesthetic of that one. I think this
Yeah.
Western theme would be, like, that's really right up my alley.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I actually think it's going to be probably in the exact same house because I remember for Goblin's Feast, we kind of went through, like, the goblins, like, the word or whatever.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
probably be the same though. I'd like Saloon Doors and kind of this Western
I
world.
hope so. I love a saloon.
And yeah,
Oh, that'd be
if it's
awesome.
a Western based one, I'm gonna like it, which is interesting. 'Cause again, I put Fallout at the bottom, and that's sort of Western. Like it's almost like a Western,
Future.
futuristic,
Yeah.
you know. But I don't know. This one, if it's like an old timey Western with like cool fire creatures, what the hell it's called? Very strange.
The
Very
lava
strange.
demons or whatever.
Creatures.
Very weird prompt, but as you know from my scare zones, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty cool. If it's just kind of wacky and memorable, but and it also has that good theming, then it'll rank pretty high for me.
All right, so has everyone shared their 7 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All right,
believe so.
Zach, why don't you take us to your 6?
6. So you guys had this way low, but I am finally getting WWE now.
Okay.
And
Finally.
so again, this is obviously a house for the guys.
Yes.
The
It's
thing
for the
is,
boys.
I'm one of them that never really got into WWE like crazy, but much of my friends liked it, so I did get into like there was like stretches where I'd get really into it and enjoy it. But if one
Classic.
thing I do know about WWE is that their entire branding is about putting on a show.
Yeah.
And they know how to do that. So I just know if it's anything like their actual product, this can be a really, really well done, cool house, especially if they pull in people that actually work on WWE type stuff to help them, which I assume they would, and give them creative liberties. So I
That's
just
actually a great
I
point.
just have a feeling it's going to be a really memorable one. Obviously, it's tougher sell if you have no clue what's going on in WWE. If I had
Yeah.
any real connection to it, would be much higher because I just know it's going to be very good. But we might just not get the storyline as much as others. But I still think it's going to be a really good house, and I think it has a better chance of ranking toward the top than bottom for sure.
Also, just to jump in here, I meant to say this before, but the WWE house is a passion project for Mike Aiello, who's like one of the creative minds behind Epic Universe and Halloween Horror Nights, and he said like this is like he's wanted to do this like since he came to Halloween Horror Nights. So I do agree with you. It's probably going to be a really sick house, but I can't hype it anymore right now because like if I walk into this house and they're just doing like pile drivers on demons, like
I'll
you
be
know.
I really don't think they're
No,
going
I
to
know
do.
they're not. That was
Like,
for the bit. Sorry.
That's a liability.
like I'm just imagining like you walk into like a relatively open room and there's like the lights all around, like cameras fly, like people turn on their lights at like a stadium type thing, and like people jump
That
out.
would
Like
be sick.
I think they're gonna make this really cool. And
All right, I'm excited. Okay, you actually have me a little bit more hyped for it. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, did you hear the rumor about the big jump scare at the end? I don't want to ruin it.
Is it John Cena?
Yeah, it's John Cena.
well, you can't see him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
invisible.
that's why it's scary.
Well, he just grabbed you.
Feel him jumping on you. But
And the soundtrack to this house is just the John Cena prank call over and over and
over.
over.
Oh, I don't know if I'm familiar with the John Cena prank call.
I'll send it to you after this.
I'd show
It's
MK that.
quite literally the funniest thing in the world. It's like
It's very good.
this radio station, they keep calling this woman and like trying to get her to like don't like donate and stuff, and then like at the end they just play like they're like, and his name is John Cena. You'll find it so funny. I promise.
Don't make me laugh right now because I'll start quaffing.
All right, Sam, hit us.
Okay, so I think this might have changed since the last time we spoke, Mary Kate. So you might be surprised. My number 6 is going to be Grave of Flesh.
Oh, I am surprised.
So I did some rearranging, and honestly, Grave of Flesh, I do think it's going to be really cool. And like you were saying with Bounty Hunters, I think it is one of those ones that will either be at the very top or the very bottom, and it won't end up in the middle. But right now, it's in the middle for me because like I just don't know which way it's going to go. I love the idea. Well, I hate the idea because it scares me, but like I love the idea for the house of like you're like you're at your own funeral or you're getting buried or whatever. Like that's such a crazy way to start a house. And then you're getting lowered under. These I feel like I guess every year do they have these like different. I feel like every house has like a different like type of demon. It's like lava demon, flesh demon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So these ones are, I guess, what are they called? They are like flesh demons. I don't know.
Flesh eaters.
Yeah, flesh eaters. So
something like that.
I think that'll be fun.
No, it's exactly not a zombie.
I
it's
think
different.
The idea of like getting chased around while you're underground. I'm wondering if they're going to do anything with like claustrophobia. Probably not. I don't even know if they could do that because it's there's only so much room and they kind of have to have like a single file line. But I'm super curious to see what they do with it. My only reason for it not being higher is I think there's a chance that it could get super repetitive if the only scare is like these little zombie demon things and it's just like them popping out over and over and over again, and it's like, okay.
Put the fries in the bag.
Yeah, put the pizza skulls in the bag, bro.
Real. Put the pizza fries in the bag. Okay, mine is different than both of you guys. Mine is Jason Universe. Which I feel like I'm gonna regret ranking it this low.
I'm surprised that you are ranking it this low.
Out of all the classic slashers, like if you think of, I know that this is like kind of like a popular discourse, at least in my channels.
One of the discourse channels you guys are on, but personally.
Of like the Mount Rushmore of like horror icons, right? Like you've got Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, and then it's usually like Ghostface or Chucky or something. Yeah. Out of all of those like classic guys, Jason is definitely my least favorite. Like he doesn't scare me all that much.
Yeah.
So I know I'm gonna regret putting it this low because I know it's gonna be a good house, but I have only seen the first Friday the 13th, and I actually despise that movie. I think it's such a bad horror movie.
You despise it?
I really hate it. I really hate that movie.
Jason's not even in it. Sorry, I have to cut you off. You've never seen a movie with Jason in it. So.
That's why I'm saying that is why this movie. That is why it's ranking so low. Is because I've seen the second Friday the 13th.
But you just said it was the only one you've ever seen.
I don't think
I've perjured myself. Um, I have seen the second. It was a long time ago. I perjured myself. I have seen the second one. I have. I don't know why these guys are calling me liars. I've
Lies.
seen the second one. Um, but
she'd be chalked in a court right now. Lock her up.
I swear.
She's guilty.
But I am definitely gonna be watching like Jason Goes to Space, Jason Takes Over Manhattan, or whatever the ones.
Are these actual movies or
Yes,
are
I
they
swear to
shows?
God. And like all of them are gonna be in the house, so we're gonna have a Friday the 13th type marathon.
Okay. On the weekend that you guys are coming here.
Hell yeah.
Wait,
Oh
so
yes.
why did am I right that Friday the 13th was it supposed to be like a parody or am I thinking of
They
something else?
they wanted to rip off Halloween.
Okay.
So it was like
Okay.
directly like influenced by Halloween.
Okay.
But what I will say about Jason Universe, this is the same creative team as Insidious, so have no fear. I know this is going to be scary. They have come out and said it's going to be 10 times scarier than Insidious. Do I believe that? No, I don't.
Yeah, what? I don't
Insidious
understand.
was absolutely terrifying, mostly because of the bride in black and the red-faced demon. But what I will say is I'm so glad that we're getting back another like woodsy type house because the more I reflect on my Halloween Horror Nights experiences,
Yeah.
the more I miss the outdoorsy feel of Yeti. I feel like I ranked Yeti too low. Like Yeti, when I look back, is still one of my favorite houses.
It's like one of the most
Um,
memorable. It's
exactly. I'll never forget the scene where you walk out and it's like a lake and a cabin, and then there's like woods, and they had some very awesome scares there. I just want to be back into woods.
yeah.
Yeah. That's that's my thoughts on number, what was that,
That
5?
was, that was your 6, I thought.
6? Okay. Anyone want to share 5?
I will because mine is Jason. So I
Okay.
think that's a good addition. So I thought this was gonna be like number like 8 or 9 for me. Um, because again, I was also just like, I don't care about Jason. But then when we got talking about it, I realized it took place at like a summer camp, and I was like, oh, I actually have seen that movie. We watched it together,
Yeah.
and I loved how cheesy it was. I loved how like the different deaths were crazy and very creative. And
Yeah.
my
Kevin
biggest reason
Bacon
is like
goes crazy.
I love a summer camp theme. I love
Oh,
it. I
I
think
do
it's so
too.
fun. And like you said, like being outdoors, I think that's gonna be so cool. Um, and like I don't really care about Jason, but like he's scary enough. Like
Yeah.
I'll be a little freaked out. Um, so I think this one's like fun because it's like you don't really have to know. I assume you don't really have to know the uh Friday the 13th movies super super well uh in order to right, that's what it's called, a Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Okay, I second guess myself. um I was like, wait, is it? Um
Friday the 14th.
so I feel like you don't have to know those movies super well because I'm like, do they really even have that much of a plot or is it just more of like a slasher, right?
It's just a slasher, for
Um
real.
so I'm actually I've gotten actually really excited for that. And I hope they have
That's a
some
big
sort of
jump for you.
I know. And I'm hoping they have some sort of like I don't know. I don't think they'll do like anything campfire s'moresy because they just did that with the the s'mores thing from Ghostbusters, but that thing tasted like straight kerosene, so
Hopefully they redeem themselves.
I know I would love it if they could run that back and try it again.
All right, Zach, what's your 5?
I already did my 5. It was half.
Oh, that's so true.
But so are we hopping on the 4?
No, I haven't given my
Oh, okay.
5.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
My 5 is Galkin. I
Yeah.
know. I love A Cold House. I thought Frozen Empire last year was so fun. I am very excited for the part where we are getting eaten. I think that's
Yeah.
gonna be fire.
Yeah.
I want to brush up on my Scandinavian cryptids or like my Viking lore before we go here. Um, and I am excited to be back outside in a village. I'm assuming we're gonna get some cool like village scenes. like we did in Goblins and Blood Moon. I like the feeling of being outside while inside, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Absolutely.
All right. Those are my thoughts on Galkin. I am actually very excited for this house. I just feel like I need to know more about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so fair.
All right. Who? Oh, 4? Anyone? 4?
Zachary?
Did you do your 5, Sam?
Yeah, she did.
Yes, I was Jason.
So the reason I was trying to jump to say my 4 is because it's Jason, so you guys are on the topic.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think Jason could be really, really solid. Again, it's the Insidious house is easily my favorite of all time.
Yeah.
And the same creators, and I don't think they can possibly make this content as scary because it's all Jason. But
Yeah.
throughout the 12 Jason or Friday 13th movies, Jason has many different looks, and there's also many different settings. So, like, right, we mentioned the campfire. Like, I think we'll start off that way. But if we're actually progressing through all the movies, it'll end up going to Manhattan. We'll end up going in a spaceship. Like, if they actually do it that way, it's gonna be a really wacky old
Yeah.
place house that would be
Hilarious.
really cool.
It's gonna be like disjointed, like.
And if they do the same thing where, like, Insidious at the end, they have like all the different Insidious villains jump out at you, and they just have all the Jasons jump out at you, that would be really freaking cool.
I didn't even think of that. I love that though.
So yeah, no, I think it could potentially. I don't think it's going to, because again, we said I guess the people that made Insidious are doing this as well. In theory, this could be a very low ranking house if it's just only just Jason's just jumping out with machetes. Yeah. But there's actually a lot of variety in the franchise in terms of what he looks like and how he kills people. So I think it's going to end up being very good. But if they do it like you guys described Chucky, where it's all just extremely repetitive, basic Jason jumping out, it'll be low. But I think they're going to do some really good things with it. So, and I actually like Friday 13th, and I haven't watched them. I at least familiarize myself with all of them and know what's up in them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Good breakdown.
Sam, would you care to share your 4?
Yes, I'll share my 4. My 4 is Dolls. I'm very excited for Dolls. I see why Zach ranked it towards like not so his number 10
last.
Because I think that it's much more, I don't know, I don't want to generalize, but I do feel like there's something about I do feel like it's more of like a girly house,
a girly horror.
I think that it's gonna be Dolls are can be kind of creepy. I think it's kind of cool that the evil person is not the dolls, but the little girl herself, and she's the one that I guess has made these like mutant dolls. So I think that's a very creative idea. I love the idea of us being shrunk down to the size of a doll.
Yes.
I'll finally reach my goal weight, and I'm just kidding.
Hell yes!
I think it's gonna be really cool how they like play with size and like perspective. I think there's a ton of potential for this one, so I'm really excited.
Dolls is my 4 too. I am so excited because they came out and they said it's like a fashion dollhouse, which is basically Barbie. And the little girl is basically Sid Phillips from Toy Story. Yes. Love both of those things. Like you said, I'm so excited to be like the size of a doll. I feel like that's gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
And the practical effects I feel like in this house are gonna go insane. Like, I think I mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned this on an episode or if I was just mentioning this to you guys offhandedly. I feel like we know that museum was supposed to be like a wax museum, and I'm sure that they're going to reuse like any melted costumes that they may have had for this house. So I feel like the practical and effects are going to go crazy with like the burned melted combo dolls. Like, you got like a Barbie on top and like a, I don't know, like toy dinosaur on the bottom. Like, that's going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's my number 4, Dolls. Anyone want to share 3?
I guess I will, because I was the one to put Dolls 10, so I'll just go off that. I totally understand what you're saying. Like, I get why this could be a high-ranking house, and I feel like the originals are very polarizing always, because so many of them, you don't know what you're going to get from them.
And they cater to like different audiences.
Yeah, they're always focused totally different audiences. Like, again, you guys don't like WW, you have no association. I didn't play with dolls.
For real?
And,
you sure about that?
What was that?
I played with Gus Guts.
Yeah, Gus Guts.
So,
Drop a comment if you know what Gus Guts is.
But I also feel like again, those originals, we have no clue what to expect in those for the most part, besides the basic like plot storyline like blurb they give us. Whereas like I don't know, for Jason, we know pretty much what to expect. We know what would make it good, what would make it bad. For these, they're total wild cards, I think. Um, but no, I think Doll's gonna be like I ranked a 10, but it could easily be a top 3 one. Like we don't, who knows.
And that's why
But
it's kind of fun, right?
so going to my 3, yeah, it does. I can see why it could be very good, but so you gotta rank something low.
Of
But
course.
my favorite original year would be The Grave of the Flesh, which we've already talked about.
Mhm.
And again, I think this one could definitely be the worst house, but it also could be the best.
It could, yes.
If they execute it how they described it, where again, it's like you're entering your funeral and they give it if they just make it really like horrible, like dreadful vibes, like it could be
Dreadful.
like it's like ew.
The vibe I bring to the function.
Like if they just make it like depressing and like scary, it's like I feel
That's
like it'll really good. Like it'll do its job, right?
yeah.
Um, but again, it could also be repetitive. It just ends up being like zombie-like things jumping at you the whole time, or or the story could be really good, or it could not be. Again, this is kind of a wild card, but I think in terms of like upside, it could be really damn good. So
Yeah.
that's why I feel high.
I'll just jump right off of you because that is my 3. Like Sam said, like Zach said, attending your own funeral is like something that like really makes you think, at least for me. I love
Yeah.
like I love that people are gonna be like it's gonna smell like dirt and they're actually gonna be burying us. This is a big house, I would think, for like stuff in your face. You know what I'm like in SIF stuff in face. Um
SIF.
that's what the Halloween Horror
That's what the
Nights
Discorders
junkies
call
call
it.
it.
SIF.
I wonder if we'll like actually walk down in the house. Like I don't know how they would make that happen, but I wonder if there'll be like any incline when you're going into your grave, or like do you think like it'll be like a doorway? So it'll be like you're actually being like lowered while you're walking through. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Almost
I
like
wonder.
the Disney haunted mansion effect
When
where
you fall back out of the window.
or no, I was gonna say when you're like quote unquote like in the elevator and like you look like you're lowering down, but you're not
Oh
actually.
yeah. Okay.
They should make it start in church, and you walk right down into like the
That's
altar, but
kind of
like the
what I
altar is like your tomb.
Yeah.
that's what I thought they were gonna do, is
That'd
like
be
have it
sick.
start in like a funeral parlor,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which that would give me the
That
willies.
freaks me out the most.
Also, the creatures look so creepy, and I'm excited to see the afterlife they create because I feel like, or the
Yeah.
underworld, like I feel like that's such a general term, and like you never know, like are they gonna take like like the typical hell route? Are they gonna do like whatever, like the Greek mythology underworld where it's like
Yeah.
where you're not burning, but there's like whatever. You know what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what path they take with that. And I feel like in the little art thing, they look like they have glowing eyes, the flesh eaters, which honestly I kind of love. Like I feel like that would be so freaky if they come at you with the glowing eyes.
Especially if it's like pitch black.
Exactly, and then you see like a pair of eyes light up next to you. Yeah,
Oh,
I completely agree that this has the potential to be like the bummer house for the year, but I really don't think it's going to.
exactly, because it also has the potential to be like the best.
Literally. All right, Sam, hit
So
us.
my number 3, you both already said this one. Is Galkin.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
You guys may or may not remember, I loved Monstruous last year. That was like my
Yes.
number 2, I think. I just loved it. I thought it was so cool. I thought it was so interesting to hear about these like this folklore about like these uh, monsters that I didn't know anything about. I think hopefully it'll be the same with Galkin. It is 3. It's 3 monsters, right?
I think no, I think it's like a horde of monsters.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see. Let me pull up the
While
description.
you're looking, like I just think
Yeah, horde of monsters.
okay. So either way, so it's like these monsters like we know nothing about. I think that the whole like Nordic like I don't want to say like where does it take place? I don't want to sound dumb and say like that it was
A
like
remote Northern Village.
Okay, so I'm assuming it's
Yes.
sort of like the like Scandinavian or something.
That's exactly what I
Okay,
assumed.
good.
So,
Yeah, I just think that's so cool. I think that's such a unique idea. Like, I don't know. I feel like the more unique these ideas are, the more I like them. And I just think that this one could be so scary. And it is a little bit Yeti-ish. But like more uh like the Mount, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of the Mount Everest ride from Animal
yes.
Kingdom a little bit. I just think this one's gonna be awesome. I hope that they make it super cold in some places. I think that would be awesome. Uh and I just think it's gonna be really cool. Monsters of the North. I just think it also reminds me a tiny bit of like Game of Thrones, like the White Walkers maybe.
Yes. Yeah,
Which
yeah, yeah.
I loved Game of Thrones, so like um I don't know. I'm really excited for this one. I think it's gonna be really cool.
I'm so excited for this one. I can't wait. Um, I guess we're moving on to number two.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
My number two is El Artista. Um,
Yep.
I'm really excited for the pretty house. Uh, Part of my favorite part of a lot of the houses are like the facades when you first walk in. Like, I'll never forget like the Triplets of Terror facade with like the trailer and stuff, or like the stranger with the house and the cop
Oh
car
yeah.
outside and it's like misting, or when you walked into Monsters Unmasked and it was supposed to be like Paris and they had the big full moon up ahead and like they
Yeah.
had the guard walking up top, or Blood Moon where you walk in and you can see the blood moon but you can also see the village in the back. Like that for me is like one of the most like
The
I
best
get so
part.
excited. Yeah, I get so excited when I see it. So the fact that this house has three different facades is so exciting to me. Um, I think I mentioned this with the Cat Lady Scare Zone. This is a quintessential classic haunted house, and in all the years that I/we have been going to Halloween Horror Nights, the only other like haunted house that has taken place inside a haunted house was the Haunting of Hill House, and that was an IP. So
Ah, yeah.
like, and that was, I loved that house. It was the first ever house that I ever went through. But like I want an original spin on a classic haunted house. I'm so excited to see what they do with like all the combined effects from their houses over the years. I know they're going to have a Pepper's Ghost effect, which is one of my favorite things to see. Like the ghosts appearing and reappearing before your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this house. I feel like it's going to be so sick.
Could not agree more. That's also my number two. I will. Do we all have the same number one?
Yep.
Yeah.
It had to be. I think that El Artista is going to be so cool because it's like if I remember from the description, it was saying like how like sort of like the artist herself or himself is like descending into madness, and I think
Yeah.
that's like really cool. Like it's not just like oh like the demons, it's like also like oh like he's like mentally unraveling. Like I think it's such a cool concept. The art coming to life I think is so fun,
Oh,
and like you and Zach were saying, I think it's gonna be like the pretty house, which I love. That's like the
yes.
most fun part is like looking at the sets and stuff, and like feeling like you're actually there. So I think this one's gonna be awesome.
And wait, I also just want to like I want to manifest something really quickly.
Yes.
I hope that we can see like his like evolution into madness through like the
Yeah.
evolution of his paintings. Like I hope that they get like less realistic and more like Picasso style like
Yeah.
throughout the house. Like like I think it was Picasso when like in the beginning like they asked him to paint like a self-portrait and then he painted one like right before he died and it was like so incoherent. Like I kind of just would love to see like a parallel to that. I think that would be really cool. Zach, share your number two so we can talk about our number
Yeah,
one.
my number two. So you guys both said I think it's 7 or 8, and it's Terrifier, and it was almost my
Yeah.
number one. Almost my number one. And here's
Oh,
why. So I have like
What?
no association with Terrifier at all. In fact, it probably doesn't make any sense for me to put this here. Like, I love horror movies, but when I watch them, I generally, especially slashers, I like watching like a little wimp. Like I put my phone in front of my face. Like I'll barely. And that's
Literally
really
hides
because
his
I have an
face in his
awkward,
hand.
like this weird phobia of like throat cuts in particular. Like every other kill, I don't care. The gore doesn't matter, but that specifically gets me like riled up. And
I
so
know.
whenever there's a
Riled
slasher
up.
with a knife, I'm like, oh god, no, I hope it doesn't happen. I'm like,
Look
but
at
I think this has a chance to easily be the most memorable house
Yeah.
they've ever done.
That's
And
so real.
the fact that there's once they say it's the wet house and like you
What?
Yeah.
like the wet
house.
path or whatever. Like if there's actually gonna be like fake blood splatters you're going through these and the kills and the replicating scenes from the movies that are just the goriest scenes that you've ever seen, it will be easily the scariest and like freakiest house of all time.
Yeah.
And could easily be by far number one again. I almost put it there, but I have more association with number one because I never watched any of the movies. I've only watched the kill counts, as MK said, and I know the extent to what these kills are going to be, and it's going to be absurd if they're able to replicate them and again make it like blood splatter on you during these like kills. So I just think it's gonna be so cool. Like when it comes to haunted houses, I love like ramp it up to the max in terms of intensity. But when I'm watching the movies, I'm a little wimp. But
That's actually so real. It's hard to watch movies, because it looks more real than it does in a haunted house.
With the movies though, I just think to myself like, okay, well, I know it's fake. So then I like feel a little bit better.
But I can tell myself that in a haunted house because I feel like it never looks as real in a haunted house as it does.
And it's such like a quick, like you go through kind of quickly. So it's
Yeah. So you're only going to be scared for like 5 to 7 minutes, whereas like for like a Terrifier movie, you're sitting down for like 2 hours,
I think if they do Terrifier right, it will just absolutely be amazing. So I hope they do that. And it sounds like they're on the right path with this wet path.
Yeah, we are all in agreement that we have to do the wet path, right?
Oh yeah, we have to.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll bring ponchos. We'll be fine.
I have to say I'm a little bit nervous that we're going to be disappointed though, because I'm like, are they really going to splash blood on everybody?
I don't think they're going to splash blood. I think they're going to splash water. Like for sure.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
And it's going to be like simulate. Like I don't think that they are allowed to squirt like blood on your clothes.
It's like ketchup.
That'd be insane.
Okay,
all right. So there is one house that no one has mentioned yet. So on 3, do we all want to say our top house? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I didn't know how to say Five Nights.
Sorry about that. That's why. Oh, that was anticlimactic. Zach, take this one.
Take this one. Okay. Yeah. This came out in 2014, so I was 13 or 14, like right going to high school, and we're just
video game.
Yeah, the video.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I played the video game and like these posers.
I was like, how old are you now?
Hold on.
But it was like all the rage. It was so much fun, and it was like so silly. But like at the same time, it was like the most accessible horror game probably ever, where like everyone was playing it just like their iPads and all that. And it was just again all the rage, and especially like that was my freshman sophomore year of high school. So much fun. I remember watching a million videos and walkthroughs of it, and there's a ton of lore behind it. And there's a whole rabbit hole of going into everything that's going behind what seems like a very baseline, simple game. And it was just awesome. And then they obviously explode into this massive franchise with a million games and now movies and merchandise and book series and all that. And
series?
He writes books now.
Are you serious?
Five Nights at Freddy's books.
That's like the dream. Oh my god.
Obviously, I never got any of those. My extent to like being involved was like the first couple games, and then I just they keep.
We have the FNAF cookbook in our kitchen.
We do not.
Yo.
But yeah, in terms of like overall, I know the most about this, and just the whole idea of like it's gonna be like a old timey restaurant with these fun characters jumping out, and like it's gonna eat. It's easily my number one. But it's easily my number one in terms of like how much I'm looking forward to it. But that and Terrifier are flippable for me in terms of like what will be the best house, if that makes sense. But FNAF's gonna be awesome. Easily, very excited about it.
Yeah. All right, Sam, take her away.
All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I couldn't see you guys for a second. Okay.
Sorry, my low power mode popped up.
No, you're fine. All right, so FNAF, it had to be the number one. I remember last year, the 3 of us were so disappointed that it was not named as one of the houses because I really thought it was going to be a house last year. So I was so upset. So I was so excited when they finally announced it the other day. Even though the announcement was like a little bit anticlimactic, I feel like they like waited. But at that point, like everyone knew that it was going to be there, so it was kind of like, oh yay! But I think that I never played the video game, but I've seen the movie and I've like watched the TikToks, and I just think it's such a creative concept. I don't think I even know most of the lore. Like I know the like from the movie, if I recall, it's like there's like dead children in the suits. Like I don't even remember if that's and I like Springtrap. Like I'm trying to like I definitely need to watch the movie again, or just like
No,
watch the
no,
recap probably.
not the movie.
Yeah, I need to watch like a CinemaSins or like some sort of like recap of it. But I just feel like we love Five Nights at Freddy's, like ironically, but also unironically.
Such a morbid fascination with
It's so
it.
we're just I'm just like so interested by it. I think Chuck it's because it's based on Chuck E. Cheese, right? Like it's supposed to be kind of like Chuck
Yeah.
E. Cheese. Like I think the idea of the animatronics coming to life is so creepy and scary. I think it's gonna be the perfect mix of scary but also like funny because like we know the characters and like we what's so funny?
Oh, Zach pulled up a list of the Five Nights at Freddy's books, and there's easily like 20 plus novels now.
I mean, if I had come up with that concept, I would have already written like 60 books. I'd be like,
It's true.
let me milk this cash cow. Um, I just think it's gonna be hilarious. I think it's gonna be so scary. I hope that animatronics are big. I hope they don't make them like
Oh,
5 foot
I think they
4.
will. No, I
Okay,
think they will be.
and I'm curious, like how many of them are gonna be scare actors, or how many of them are gonna be guys, Zach just sent a text in our Halloween Hardies group chat, of all the different of all the different Five Nights at Freddy's books, and he said, "Get to reading." Um, so
God, I can't wait to read the
oh my God,
Gumdrop Angel.
there's
Angel.
so many. The Cliffs, the puppet carver. Um, I'm so curious to see how they do the animatronics. Like, I'm sure some of them will be actual animatronics, if I had to guess. Some of them will probably just be statues, and then I'm sure some of them will be scare actors, right?
I would think so, yeah. I mean, I have my theories,
Well,
definitely.
it's your turn, so go ahead and tell us why you're excited
Okay.
and what your theories are.
Um, okay. Well, I will say for Five Nights at Freddy's, I remember being in freshman year of high school, sitting in the cafeteria, like with these girls that I was like friendly with, and they had Five Nights at Freddy's pulled up on their computer, and I was like, oh, what is that? And they were like, oh, like come play, it's like a horror video game. So I was like, all right. So I remember playing it for the first time in my high school cafeteria, and I really had no interest in like playing it outside of there. But when I moved in with my old roommate, not Sam, my roommate after Sam, she loved Five Nights at Freddy's, and we watched like all of the like Markiplier, Matt Pat, like all of those together. And like we got all the way up through like Security Breach, which is like the 10th Five Nights at Freddy's game.
Wait, that's so impressive.
And so like I'm pretty well versed in the lore. Um I think that this house is going to be absolutely insane because they know that the fan base for this is absolutely massive. It's been something that people have been asking for years, and they finally got it. I guess the rights through Blumhouse. I do wonder, so I know that some of the like characters from the later games like Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica and like the puppet and Balloon Boy, I know. They're all gonna be in the second Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Oh.
So, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna get some like it's obviously gonna be based off the movie, but it's also gonna be based off the game. So I'm excited. I cannot wait for this house. We are FNAF bounding to the park, which
Oh yeah,
we texted. We're adding some new characters
to the chat.
to our chat. We're adding Sam's older sister and my oldest cousin, Caroline, her fiance Jeff, and Sam's husband Ray. So we're gonna make them FNAF bound with us.
And they don't even know what FNAF is, mind you.
They don't. I texted that in the group chat today, and Caroline said, "What is FNAF?"
What is FNAF?
So they have a lot to learn, and we are here to educate them. Speaking of learning, We're gonna start our series on Patreon again soon. That's like Halloween Horror Nights like background.
Yeah.
So we will start doing that once Zach and I finish Fallout. We'll have more to talk about on that. I would like to propose that when I see you, Sam, we should watch a Five Nights at Freddy's lore compilation.
Oh, I would love
You
to.
know. Um, and that, my friends, is our 2025 Halloween Horror Nights hype lists. Freaking can't wait. And yeah. Anyone else got anything?
I think this year is going to be amazing. I think
I
it's
think it's
going
gonna be
to be
top
one of,
year.
yeah. I think it might be our favorite yet.
I agree. Um, Also, just before we go, I did want to give a brief shout out. I am sure that some of you, like longtime listeners, have remember when we did a collaboration with Jackie Lentz. She came on for like a Christmas episode. She had us on her podcast, but she just published a book called The Daphne Project. It's available on Amazon. I just bought it. I'll be starting it tonight. But yeah, shout out to her because that's a huge accomplishment, and I can't wait to start reading it.
Go
But
Jackie.
go Jackie. All right. Um yeah, other than that, we'll be back with our food guesses
Very soon.
soon.
Literally as
Very
soon as they
soon.
come out.
And yeah, can't wait to talk to you guys very soon.
Bye.
Bye.